Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today's replay is from Valkyrie, but also from myself. So we are starting off with Valkyrie in the Holland. We are on the map Haven. It's a 4-point domination game. It's a tier 11 battle with tier 11 carrier, only one destroyer, and there are 4 raiders. So Valkyrie has his work cut out for him. He has managed to take the sea cap because for some reason the enemy Annapolis was too far away to raider, and the Buffalo, Des Moines and Donskoy are all at the B cap. Now the enemy has just taken a cap with actually a Buffalo, which is kind of a shame. Which also means that Valkyrie will have a problem to take this cap. Cause you really don't want to go in there if there is a raider inside.
All stations, concentrate fire on that target.
So Valkyrie is hoping that somebody takes care of that Buffalo. And I mean, maybe the Annapolis can get some nice armor piercing in there, although I have a feeling that Island is blocking it just slightly. Valkyrie has some torps going, hoping that will work. Now, against the carrier and 4 raiders, you have a hard time as destroyer. Now, the Holland has some good anti-air, but it's not gonna help you that much against the super carrier. You're still gonna get spotted. And not having the smoke to disappear against the planes can be very problematic. Now the torpedoes, well, the first salvo is gonna miss, but the second salvo might actually get a hit in there. So that's good news. Overall, our team has lost 1 battleship so far. And well, we've lost 2 battleships so far. But the Buffalo seems to be almost down, so that's nice. Now, with the Buffalo gone, there might be a chance to take the P-cap. Keep in mind, though, that we don't actually see the Des Moines or the Donskoy right now. The problem, of course, with only 1 destroyer is we are severely lacking some spotting. And Valkyrie can't go and spot the flanks when he's trying to take caps, and taking caps is relatively important. So the Buffalo has been dealt with, so he's gonna risk it and go in there and hopefully get us another cap. Of course, meanwhile, the enemy Harugumo is technically free to take the C cap. We do have an Annapolis here, but not sure how much he covers with his radar.
Stations reporting the position of a strategic target.
Now there is a low enemy Corvus. We've lost 3 ships, they've lost 2. Nothing too decided yet. And Valkyrie will have, hopefully, an opportunity to grab this cap here. Once again, though, we can see the Donskoy. The Donskoy is far enough away. But we have no idea where the Des Moines is. And, I mean, the Des Moines has been spotted there a while ago. Could be anywhere at this point. But it's reasonable. Oh, yeah, there's a Des Moines. I was just saying it's reasonable to assume it's still around. Meanwhile, some torpedoes going to... Oh, and the carrier appears. Now that carrier has been harassing myself for well, a lot this game so far, but it looks like the enemy carrier has now finally changed targets, and unfortunately is spotting Valkyrie on its way over. Valkyrie has been briefly spotted. He's trying to take some evasive action there, but secondary still got him. He doesn't have much room to maneuver without losing the cap progress. So there we are. So while Valkyrie is trying to cap here, why don't we have a look at what's going on with me? Well, my battle so far hasn't been going so well. As you can see, I've been reduced to very few hit points. I'm basically under constant high explosive spam. I'm obviously constantly on fire. And I'm getting harassed by the carrier. The enemy team doesn't even have that many ships here, but the constant fires and high explosive spam has taken a toll, even though this battle hasn't been going on for so long. Now I'm also getting shot by some armor piercing there from the center, but desperately I'm just trying to escape. Also, my own shells have been not very successful so far. And yeah, I mean, you can see basically how this game has been going so far. That fire is gone. I'm trying to get into concealment and I managed. Now, if they set the fire right now, I'm gonna be in trouble. Although, damage con is almost ready again. So if they... Oh, so many shells still in the air. Now, keep in mind, the carrier has been harassing me a lot so far. So if the carrier comes back now and spots me, I'm gonna be in trouble. Although... the heal is almost ready, and I am getting further and further away here. But so far, this game is best described as an absolute disaster for me.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Now, I managed to survive until the heal, but as expected, the planes are back, and there is some more high explosive. So basically, the Republic has been spamming high explosive, and the Alsace and the Harugumo and the Annapolis. I have to say though, like, the Republic unfortunately has very strong high explosive with an insane fire chance. So it's not necessarily a bad move on his part, but it's a very frustrating thing on my part. So anyway, I suppose I still have 2 heals left. But even with those, it's gonna be a problem. Now, as we all know, a Kurfürst isn't performing so well in range, so my feeble attempts to defend myself and shoot back have resulted in basically nothing. So my only option is to keep fleeing and hopefully get into a situation at some point where I can do something. And I haven't actually been set on fire. Of course, took another 5k hit, and I suppose a lot of my secondaries and anti-air guns and basically everything has been destroyed so far. Now, while fleeing from one flank, I have run face first into ships on the other flank. And I guess it's fighting time again. I've also already gotten 2.3 million potential damage about. Now, the salvo against the Nova wasn't too bad. I'm getting another heal off. So we'll see. Also, I'm surrounded by friendly cruisers. That means maybe somebody's actually going to shoot them instead of me. Usually as a battleship, you'd hope they shoot you, so you protect your squishy cruisers. But we've reached a point where... yeah, please shoot the cruisers. Now my secondaries are firing. Well, the secondaries that remain. Usually you'd see quite a few more going the enemy's way, but the high explosive spam has taken a heavy toll on my armament. And, you know, my secondaries aren't, well, what they used to be. So somehow this Hanover is dead and I'm not, which is a very surprising thing. Now I still keep running away from the ships there on the seaside. Question is where I go from here. I could turn around again and go closer to the Republic or the Alsace. Or I could... well, you know what? There is a Brindisi coming in towards B, right? Valkyrie is on his way towards the sea cap, and he will hopefully manage to take that again, although the Annapolis might be a problem. The Annapolis is broadside, so let's see what our shells can do. Unfortunately, don't think I've given enough lead. The Annapolis is speeding up, so my shells are only going to touch the rear and get some overpens. Now, I might be getting another chance to shoot the Annapolis, although this time it's not quite as lovely broadside, I'm afraid, although this turn, maybe. No, maybe. Meanwhile, the Brindisi has come closer. I was expecting this Brindisi to possibly go for B. Oh, yeah, my salvo against Annapolis was a bit better than last time, I guess. Now, I'm healing again, but it's my last heal. So that's about it. That's all the health I'm gonna have for the remainder of this battle. And there were frighteningly enough a lot of ships still around. Now the good news is the enemy carrier has at some point lost interest in me, because if that carrier would have kept coming, I wouldn't be alive. I was on so low health on numerous occasions. Not to mention that the spotting would have been a disaster potentially. Now I was hoping that the Brindisi would come around here, and then I could ambush it once the smoke runs out. But I'm afraid the Brindisi has actually used the smoke to turn around and disengage once more. So no ambush for me. I might just try shooting the Des Moines then. Yeah, exactly, we've now seen the Brindisi and confirmed that it's retreating. So once again, Kurfürst is not that great at long range, so I'm hoping to get something that's a bit closer. But so far the enemy is kinda refusing. Once again, my hopes are that the Brindisi is actually going to do something. Also, now at least the Des Moines' gun range isn't that long, so if I engage here it might not be able to help, as long as it's at the J line. So ideally, I want to deal with the Brindisi here, and then maybe I can help against the Harugumo or something, and hopefully those cruisers stay far enough away that they don't interfere. Now I'll soon have a Hydra, but not quite. I'm detected. So... oh, there is the Brindisi. So it was not the Brindisi that saw me earlier. Brindisi is going full broadside, I like it, and... well, sometimes my guns work, okay? Sometimes they work. Now, I don't have a Hydra quite yet, I'm turning away. I'm not sure if the Brindisi had the angle to launch torps already, but maybe. Now, the Donskoy is in secondary range. Unfortunately, my oh. Yeah, okay, I'm dodging those torps. So I've got the Hydra now. I'm gonna pop that because the Harugumo could also be torping from somewhere. Will I damage conduit fire? See, the thing is I'm currently not detected. I don't have heals anymore, I'm on very low health. So I was contemplating shooting Annapolis, but Annapolis isn't actually coming around, and I've decided, okay, I'm gonna damage conduit from fire, I'm not even detected. Of course, a second later I get plane detected. So... oh, I got the Donskoy. So my guns have disappointed me the entire game, but in the end they sort of delivered. So does obviously the fire RNG of the enemy. And... I don't know, I mean it's one fire. If I'd let the last fire burn, it wouldn't have made much of a difference, I guess. So I'm hoping to get a good salvo here against the Alsace. If I turn against the Alsace, I'm broadside against the Des Moines, and the Des Moines is shooting high explosive. Should I have been shooting Des Moines instead? I don't know. My guns have been strangely cooperative within the last minute or so, but... none of that helps me survive, so I go down, my story here is over, so let's get back to Valkyrie. While I'm slowly sinking, Valkyrie is still going strong, trying to grab the sea cap. Now this is a very tough battle, the enemy is one ship ahead, and well, they're ahead on points. But if Valkyrie can grab that sea cap, maybe we can be in a good position there. The Johan is getting pretty low, but I think it's only the Harugumo shooting it currently, so if we could get the Harugumo, that would be nice. Now Valkyrie is... well... he couldn't even shoot the Harugumo, it's out of range anyway. But he's prioritizing capping right now, and he also has some torps going towards the Annapolis. That would be very nice if they connect, and it looks like they will. That will take care of one of the enemy raiders. Now I still have it in mowing, so still not out of radar, and of course there are the planes. But Valkyrie managed to get the cap before the planes spotted him again. Now there is well, not the best drop here. Our saving grace is that the enemy carrier isn't actually very good, otherwise we would have lost this a long time ago, I'm afraid. So it's 3 versus 4. 3 versus 4, you know, is not unwinnable, definitely. The enemy team still has a bit of a points lead, but currently with more caps, our team can hopefully catch up. Now, if we could keep that ulcers interrupted, of course, that would be amazing. If they, once they flip B, they'll have the same points income we do. Now, Valkyrie could take some shots there. He's still reasonably healthy, so he could try to get an interrupt in. But on the other hand, the carrier is probably doing exactly that. And if he shoots now, he is giving away his position. Which makes it harder for his torps to connect in a sense, because the ulcers know exactly where they're coming from. Meanwhile, some more planes doing some spotting. Right now the ulcers is out of the gun range, so currently no pew-pew possible. Meanwhile, the friendly carrier is actually moving closer. I'm a bit torn about that. The thing is that the carrier wants, I think, as little travel time for its planes as possible, because this is a close one. And there aren't that many enemy ships remaining, right? Also, the carrier is probably using this island currently to not be shot at. Now, if the carrier can sink the ulcers before the ulcers comes around, this is gonna work, I suppose. The problem, of course, is if the ulcers just manages to go around this corner, then the carrier is at its mercy. Meanwhile, Valkyrie is deliberately using his anti-air here, and unfortunately the carrier isn't staying inside its range, just to try and shoot down some more planes. Because those planes, I think, are going after the carrier as well. So the enemy is now focused heavily on our carrier, and to be fair, our carrier has done a lot of work so far. If they can get the carrier, it would be a bit of a problem. Now the enemy has managed to take the cap. There is a Des Moines inside, and the carrier has been too busy defending itself against the ulcers. Now Valkyrie has a problem, because we're not winning this currently. And, well, we'll still see how the carrier against the ulcers turns out. But there is a Des Moines. Now it might be possible to... Oh crap, so the carrier is dead. So that's a 1 against 4 here. But the ulcers, I think, was still burning. Now, he might be able to ambush the Des Moines around this island. That alone isn't going to be enough, right? If we are too far behind on points for a single ship to make a difference. Now, the Harugumo here has decided to shoot. I suppose this Harugumo is very convinced that it's gonna win, but honestly, that's a basic mistake. So, that's Harugumo. Now it's trying to smoke him, but it's so low health, and there's still shells still on the way. So the Harugumo is down. The ulcers actually went down to... I think it was a fire or flooding or something from the carrier. So suddenly it's not a 4 against 1, it's a 2 against 1. We are still losing, by the way. We need a kill. We need a kill or contest a cap. And well, both is that direction. So this Des Moines is 1.9 kilometers away, and this is potentially going to be the game deciding charge here. So the Des Moines is just charging forward here, and it's accelerating very quickly. Now Haaland has very bad torp angles, and the Des Moines managed to get close enough that only 1 torpedo arms, but well, there is a second torp launcher, and there we go.
We destroyed an enemy cruiser.
Oh boy, that was a close one. And now suddenly we have more points. Now there is 28 seconds left to go, and there's nothing the enemy carrier can do. Like if the carrier would have charged into the cap, maybe it could have contested our points or something. The carrier might, well, 16 seconds. The carrier will have trouble getting a strike off in time. And Valkyrie is still reasonably healthy, so... This is actually a win. And that happened. So this was a disastrous start for me in this game. But I managed to disengage, I managed to survive, and then I managed to actually do quite a bit of work in the end. Of course, our carrier did a lot of work in this game, and then Valkyrie brought it home and got himself the solo warrior. The enemy got quite a bit overconfident there in the end. If that Haruguma wouldn't have fired its guns, there would have been no way for us to win. And then the Des Moines was obviously a bit too close and got torpedoed. So yeah, this was an interesting game in many ways, I felt like, because it just shows that even a game that looks lost can still be turned around, and even if you have a horrible start, you can still get something out of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.